You only have one life to live, so get the most out of it. On Good Life, Great Life, join me, Brian Highfield, and my guests as we share success stories, habits, mindsets, and lessons learned by successful people. These lessons are not taught in schools, but are critical for getting ahead in life. Whether you want a successful business or career, optimal health, or a lifestyle that most people just dream of, Good Life, Great Life has you covered. After retiring from a successful corporate career in my 40s, I founded multi-million-dollar businesses in the sports and healthcare arenas. Now, I help everyday people maximize their lives and speak regularly at seminars, on podcasts, and radio shows to share principles on the topics of health, wealth, and happiness. Don't let a good life get in the way of a great life. Join me today on Good Life, Great Life. Well, welcome to another episode of Good Life, Great Life. So today we have with us Joy Yascone. Is it Yascone or Yascone?
It is either one. You can say Yascone, Yascone, tomato, tomato.
All right, great. Joy.
My mom seems to say Yascone. And so I have sisters named Love, Joy, and Faith Yascone. So we can go with Yascone or Yascone. I like Yascone, but we'll just respect mom and say
Yascone. Yeah, Yascone. That sounds Yascone. So we'll go with Yascone. Joy Yascone. So Joy is the director of partnerships and wellness. She is a published author, a film composer, and has a Master of Arts in Holistic Health Studies. She writes a column for Louisville and Lexington Sophisticated Living magazine, and has a book called The Power of Divine Timing. So a lot going on, Joy.
Yes. I believe that, it's so funny because when I was in college, everyone used to say, oh my gosh, you got to choose one thing to do. I went to film school, then I got my master's in holistic health. And I always believe that people are multifaceted, right? Yeah. And that's where you hear the term serial entrepreneur, that we are all multifaceted. We have more than one interest. I mean, the days of corporate America and saying, I only do this are gone, because we recognize that we have to be diversified to actually be successful, because one area can dry up. My family does design and short-term rentals, dedicated Airbnbs and VRBOs and that sort of thing. And so I'm director with that. And, I really enjoy that success with that. And then also the composing music, and it's all about people.
Yeah. So, and I guess, and what's really cool, what I see with a lot of entrepreneurs is they have their hands in a lot of things. So they're just not, they're just not just trying one thing. They kind of they don't put all their eggs in one basket, so to say. It's like they have multiple streams of income, so they're doing a lot of things, but also it sounds like you're doing a lot of things that just bring you a lot of joy and that give you a lot of fulfillment as well.
Yes. And I would say one of those things is working with my family business, and family design is one huge thing that brings me a lot of joy, just because, there's always drama in a family business. And if anybody needs counseling or coaching, there's always, and therapy is definitely needed. It's any kind of family business is going to have issues with family speaking. It's hilarious, but we really love working together, and we do events. We have a prohibition event coming up in December, which is all about the 1920s. We're on the Bourbon Trail with our business, and we help others with their design to create VRBOs, Airbnbs that are successful in historic neighborhoods throughout Kentucky. And those homes are all Victorian homes. It's the largest Victorian community in the United States. It's called Louisville.
Okay.
And it's amazing. So that's one of the businesses that I love, because it's a family business. So yeah.
So tell me about your journey to kind of being an entrepreneur, and how that happened. Obviously, your family has a business, so you're kind of had a lot of exposure there. But what really guided you to that?
Well, any entrepreneur knows there's always twists and turns and plot twists that take you to entrepreneurship. And when the universe wants you to do something, that's just the way things work out. So I started out at Columbia College in Chicago, getting my film degree, working with my sisters, Love, and I'm Joy, and the baby's Faith, and we call my mom Glenda the Good. And and her name's Glenda. And we started with us doing music. We've written up in Billboard magazine, several times for our music. And then from there, we decided we wanted to get into film and production. So we did the, first Apple iPod commercials when Steve Jobs was still with us. So that was great. And
Oh.
we just always believe, my mom always told us, like, she would believe, like, if we told her there was a monster in the bed, she would believe us. Sorry, that phone turned off. That was my sister Faith. So the great thing is that I think realizing that, like, magic is possible in every aspect of life that you want to create. And if you have an idea or you have a goal, you have a dream, it's usually an indication that you can make it happen if the idea exists within you as a seed.
That's
and that
awesome.
was one of the things. Yeah. And so,
yeah. And talk a little bit about timing as well. Cause I mean, you have a book out there, The Power of Divine Timing. How does that relate to entrepreneurship?
Well, the Power of Divine Timing, the universe is really an equal opportunity employer, for lack of a better word. So each of us get like cycles where we have challenges, like in love or marriage or career or finances. And each of us have like opportunities where we have blessings in career and finance, and there's timing. So a lot of times, human beings are lack based in our thoughts. So whatever we're fearing or lacking, where the challenges are, that's where we put our attention. Like, how can I solve this problem? This is a problem that's keeping me up at night. And whenever you try to solve a problem and you just think on it, you make it bigger until it becomes a monster. Whereas our blessings are being starved. So our challenges are being overfed and our blessings are being starved. So my whole thought process is, let's find the blessings. A lot of times we've starved our blessings so much we don't know how to find them. And with the Power of Divine Timing, we look at these seasons, which we call them seasons, blessings, season blessing 1, blessing season, divine blessing season 2, divine timing blessing season 3. So you always have a timing of blessings and a timing of challenges. And we want to put our intentions on where the blessings are coming in as opposed to where the challenges are coming in, because whatever we nurture and feed grows stronger. So we don't want to be starving our blessings. And then we're like, where do they exist? I don't have any blessings. I don't have any good fortune. Well, yeah, you do, but you're just starving it, because the squeaky wheel always gets the grease. And that's the challenge.
Yeah. And I often heard the phrase, like, what you focus on gets bigger. So if you focus on your problems, they're just going to get bigger. But if you focus on what's going right, then more will go right.
Yes. And so I do coaching, helping clients as well to find these patterns of opportunity, because I do the chart for my family to have success. And I'm like, they're like, when do we do this? When do we release this product? When do we do this? Oh yeah, we're going to do it here. And even when they release movies, Kings and Queens, and I do a lot of stories on the royal family predicted a lot of the things that are going on right now. When we look at that, it's all royalty utilized astrological timetables to rule nations way back in time. And so even when like you think about like Christianity and Jesus being born, it was a star that led people to that. So it's really interesting how it works, kind of like a divinely connected web, which you'll hear Greg Brayton talking about in the book Divine Matrix. So that's very similar.
Awesome. Now you're working on a new book, right?
Yes, I have a book. I also have a book called it's called Written in the Stars. I have the trademark to that, and also the Power of Divine Timing. Written in the Stars is going to be like a whole NFT, as well as the Power of Divine Timing is going to have some NFTs coming out. There'll be a club that you can belong to and get invited to secret events and exciting events, and so that's going to be a really fun aspect that we're going to add to this.
Awesome. Now you're also a composer, and we're talking a little bit before that about how music I forget. I'll let you explain it, but but how music is intertwined with what we do as well.
Yes, music. Like life is music, right? Life is like a symphony. And good Lord, like we have so many deaths in one life, or you have a new beginning or a new start, and we have so many rebirths in life. That is just life. And there's several mini deaths, many like not many, but like many small. There's several mini deaths as well as many new births in life. And so with music, there was a great guy, and he did my chart years ago before I really got into astrology as far as like me being an astrologer, because I've studied astrology, gosh, for several years, like, over 15 years. And I will tell you, Gary, gosh, what is his last name? He lived in Denmark, I think, or Amsterdam. And he wrote the big birthday books, and he had this great, I want to give some props to him, because he had this great paper that he wrote about astrology and the divine connection between astrology and music. And many musicians are astrologers, and many astrologers are musicians. You know, I went to Vermont College of Fine Arts for music composition, and went to Columbia College for film, really focusing on music scoring. And I did a music score for a film called The Battle of Ypres. It's a British film on World War I. And that one was a silent film that they discovered footage from World War I. And this whole aspect of just, you know, silent movies, and I had to do the score in one. They wanted me to do it exactly the way it was, and we did it in one fell swoop. So I think music is connected. A long story short, music is connected to therapy or timing, or it's all connected. There's 12 hours in a day. There's 12 scales in the piano, which also has frequency points. You know, you'll hear a lot about this, people talking about this, like on TikTok and things. But you know, the megahertz and the energy levels, and there's megahertz for healing. There's there's different sequences and frequencies. So that's all connected. You know how a song would make you feel better, or a song can make you cry, or a song can make you happy, you know. So it's connected to our emotions, but it's also connected to divine timing. So to me, it's all connected. People are like, you do music, you do composing, you have a family design business, and you have an astrology book, The Power of Divine Timing, which is available on Amazon. But to me, it's all connected, because it's all a part of me, and it's me expressing myself on this earth and this time exactly how I feel the universe wants me to express. And I want to encourage other entrepreneurs to become fully who they are, that you don't have to match someone else's story. Your story is unique to you, your divine fingerprint. And so we need those stories to come out, because there's things that need to be invented to make people's lives better. So I'm all about every aspect of life being connected, and we are all divinely connected, as everyone knows.
So, we have a lot of our audience is made up of a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, or people that may be entrepreneurial, small business owners, and some big business owners even. But what are some characteristics for those that may be thinking about being an entrepreneur? What's some advice, or what are some things that you would tell, or maybe tell your younger self about business? What are some of the important things that they need to keep in mind?
That you can do it. If you can do it. Like, think about it, like all the people that you see that are so successful, it just seems like it's such a far cry away, that it's so it's like, oh my gosh, how do I achieve that? But just start. The biggest thing is just to start, put one foot in front of the other. And also, don't be discouraged with failure, as you always hear, because that's going to happen. There's going to be failures, and there's going to be times of celebration. It's a roller coaster ride. But entrepreneurship is the best way to be your authentic self, because there's no shame also in working another job while you're pursuing your dreams and goals. There's no,
right.
There's 24 hours in a day. Yeah, there's 24 hours in a day. And when my goat and doodle's coming here, but there's 24 hours in a day. And you think about it, like when I was in graduate school, I worked 2 jobs. I did my papers overnight. I would go home and I would get off at 11 o'clock. I was a graduate assistant. Also, I worked at a store in New Jersey that sold like Versace and all that kind of stuff. And then I would get off at 11 o'clock at night, and then I would take a power nap and do my papers all night. And I got, almost straight A's. And so then I started, my entrepreneurship journey at the Wainwright House in Rye, New York. And so I just want to tell people, and then you can have a moment where where you're working, but you have to just go be ready for the ride, and don't let anyone discourage you, and don't let yourself discourage yourself or talk yourself out of it. If you just think about like Steve Jobs, he didn't even have a degree, and he's like one of the smartest, most emerging engineers that created Apple, which we all love. I'm an Apple lover, so just go for it. If it hasn't been done, then you're the one to do it.
No, that's a good way to put it. Just what you just said there. But a lot of people, like I said, they get an analysis paralysis, where they don't start.
Yeah.
And I love what you said there. Is like just start, just get into it. You don't know what you don't know. You'll figure it out as you go. Yeah. And I love hearing your story, because everybody has a story of their journey through there.
Yes.
And I think we want to inspire people, like, start writing your story. You've already written part of it, but the best part's yet to come. And so you've got to start in order to
Yes.
finish your story and write the rest of your story.
Yes. Yes. Like just do it. It's
Yeah.
like dreams are created. You know, like there's this great commercial about the American dream. It's a car commercial. It's for Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. That it's not called the American goal. It's not called the American, what is it? There was the goal. It was not called the American plan or something like that. It's called the American dream because in dreams, anything can happen. And the thing is that I don't care if you don't have any money, you can make a business. You know, I know Michael Fuchs, who started Tempur-Pedic Mattress. And he started, I think, with like $3,000. You know, he's a friend of mine, and so and he has like the most amazing car collection.
Wow.
You know, he's in New Jersey, and so part-time in New Jersey and part-time in Florida. But I would just say that, you know, and then, you know, John Ferlito of Arizona Tea, like, I mean, there's like everyone started, like he had a cup of tea he didn't like that was Lipton. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I
think that's what I'm drinking now, actually.
I like Lipton, but I mean, my favorite's Tazo tea. But you know, he had it like a cup of tea. Let's just take it. We'll take out.
Yeah.
sorry, Lipton tea, but he took it. He didn't like this tea, and he said I can make a better tea. So he made Arizona tea. So it's like, you know, you have an idea. I don't care if all you have is $100. Invest that into some business cards. Take a course and courses online. There's tons of free information online to become your best version of yourself. And there's no excuses. There's just none. If you take the step, the universe will answer yes. If you take that first step, but if you take no steps, well, then it's just leading to sadness and depression because you know that you can do more. A lot of people are sad because they've disappointed themselves. And that's okay. You got to forgive yourself if you haven't gone for your dream or goal, and go for it. I want to see, you know, I want to see everyone successful. A lot of people think there's not enough to go around, but I think that is just like a misstep.
Yeah.
There's enough for everyone to be successful. You just have to go for it. And you're who you are. The world needs to hear from you. What you are needs to be present, you know? And so I want to see that. I want to see that success.
Yeah. And let's not deprive the world of what you want to contribute and what you want to create for it. And so I think people are maybe being selfish by keeping it to themselves and not sharing it with the world. And so I think the world wants to hear what you want to do. And I think that's awesome advice.
Yeah. Just so gratitude.
Yeah. What's next for the Yascones? What's next for Joy? What are you looking forward to?
Well, the book is a really big thing, The Power of Divine Timing. I do also executive coaching to let people know their divine timing. If you want to get in contact with me, you can go to my website, www.thepowerofdivinetiming.com. You can also get my book on Amazon, which goes 10 years into the future on when your blessing seasons are and when your challenge seasons are, where those are. So you can nurture the right source at the right time. That's one big thing. Of course, the Written in the Stars. And then with my family, just expanding the design business, more nationwide. We love family travel as well. So we'll be traveling and doing some design work and helping other people to have, we love historic stones homes. We believe that every home has a story. So we'll be really vamping that up more and, buying some more real estate to design with, also helping other people that, have a design project they'd like to see come to fruition. Like I said, we love it all. Feng shui your life. So to me, it's my mom has always been like Mary Poppins to me. And so we love working together. Her name's Glenda and my sister's Love and Faith. You'll see more from us, Love, Joy, and Faith. And and the next thing we probably will do some music as well, because I believe, like I said, that you have to do and my dog is just like always trying to get my attention.
Well, it's funny because I think my dog senses something too, because she's making noise over here.
She's like crying here. Like, this is her. You can see her. She's like, get on camera, Sonoma Center. She's a little golden doodle. I think the sky's the limit. You'll definitely be seeing a lot from Glenda, the Good, Love, Joy, and Faith, and our design journey, as well as my Divine Timing book. If you'd like to work with me, I'd love to work with you. Just, hit me up on my website, and also our family website. my sister did this. I think it's yes. Well, you can actually, I'll give it to you later. So you can
Yeah. And we'll have all the links and everything with the podcast as well. So people can find out more. So awesome. And good stuff. So our guest today has been Joy Yascone. Who's a master of many trades in music and writing and astrology and in design work and you name it. Her and her family are masters at it. So thank you so much for being with us today, Joy.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Good Life, Great Life, brought to you by Brian Highfield. We hope you enjoyed listening to this week's guests and stories. If you like what you've heard, please consider subscribing wherever you listen to podcasts.